Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody? Welcome back here to another stream. Alright, sorry it took me a second. I apparently had my mic set to the wrong input. But what's up guys? Hope everyone's doing good. This is not going to be that long of a live stream. I'm just going to be going over the forecast here for this morning, just in order to give you guys a good update regarding things. You are going to notice a big change to our scenes. I just got done with them, and I did figure that I was going to be, doing this live stream for you guys this morning in order to make sure that you guys are prepared for later on this evening, as storms will be expecting to be kicking off here later on, basically kicking off here later on into like the late afternoon, early evening. But what's up guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Let's go ahead and see who's here for today. We have Viper, we have Lag Breaker, we have Aiden, we have Kelly, let's see, Caleb, Swanky, we have, let's see here, Jazor, I think I already said you, if not, what's up, hope you're doing good, Connor here, let's see, Kid, Storm Coverage, let's see here, we have L as well. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Also, Carson was the first one here today. So, what's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Let's see. Good morning. God bless you from Burlington, Wisconsin. Well, thank you, Christine. Very sweet of you. So, yeah, obviously, we got to be looking out for Wisconsin today, actually. We do got to be looking out for Wisconsin. We do actually have a big ol' risk out there for basically, central and southern Wisconsin. We did have a few storms, obviously, that rolled through, earlier last night, but we're going to have another round of storms actually expected to pop its way off here towards your location at some point later on today. So we're going to need to be looking out for this here. Now, I'm actually going to switch you guys over to the models really quickly, to kind of show you exactly what we're talking about here. So in terms of the future cast, with these storms, you can see the time in the top right here. As we work our way down in time, this is Eastern time, by the way, so right around noon, past noon here, nothing too much happens until we kind of reach like around maybe, according to this, maybe around like 7, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So it's probably going to be a late live stream tonight. And of course, obviously, after we break midnight here, 1 o'clock a.m. on this is midnight for the central folks. But yeah, still continuing to be quite strong for the next several hours. I'm going to go ahead and play that in motion so you guys can kind of see the overall verdict here. But once again, time's up in the top right if you guys do want to follow along. Obviously, like I said, obviously we got to be on the lookout here for this because today's main concern, like I said, they actually did, like I said, they did pull an enhanced risk, a level 3 out of 5. And like I said, whenever it comes to the breakdown, we're talking damaging winds being one of the main concerns here, as well as, like I said, not just damaging winds, also very large hail. We do have a significant hail threat talking about a pretty good potential of, a bit of hail concerns. Potentially for some hail up to over 2 inches in diameter. Could be a possibility. Whoops, I switched to the wrong screen. And like I said, in terms of what's going on right now, this is actually a radar view out there in the eastern Dakotas, as you can actually see. We got kind of these gravity waves kicking off basically to the east here. And as we track our way down here in time, obviously, this kind of little frontal thing, this is going to be, possibly driving some of that severe weather later on, which we will be looking out for. But like I said, basically everybody south of Wausau, Wisconsin here today, you guys are in some form of threat, with the highest threat being kind of towards areas south of Madison, Wisconsin. So obviously Milwaukee's kind of in that slight risk, that severe threat level 2 out of 5. So obviously if you live out there towards Milwaukee, you're in a risk. South of you is actually in a bigger risk. But look at this, Chicago, inside the enhanced risk for damaging winds being a big old concern. So we're going to need to be looking out for that there. Let's see here. But that's that. Let's see. Is there a risk for tornadoes? Believe it or not, there's actually no threat for tornadoes today. From what it... Oh, never mind. They changed it. Last update, they just changed it. Yes, there is a 2% chance. Is it a big probability? No, not really. I'm going to go ahead and switch you guys over here to the full screen. But yeah, no, it's a pretty low probability here. Just 2% chance for, a couple brief tornadoes being possible across like northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, portions of central northern Iowa, areas out through, southeastern South Dakota, maybe extreme northeastern Nebraska here. But like I said, it gets you with the damaging winds. That's where we have that 30% chance for damaging winds here, as well as hail, 15 significant risk. Really large hail being possible up for northeastern Nebraska today, southeastern South Dakota, northwestern Iowa, and portions of southwestern Minnesota. Really big risk today. Tomorrow, just a little preview. We got a mid-Atlantic and northeast threat. Same thing for the Central Plains. And then for Sunday, a couple more threats across, other areas here. But yeah, but we'll just pay attention today right now. But like I said, yeah, tornadoes possible. It's a new threat they just added. See, damaging winds, 30% chance, and hail, 15 significant. So really got to be on the lookout. Like I said, really have got to be looking out for the possibility for all hazards on the table. So we'll definitely be looking at the activity later on here. Let's see. In terms of the satellite view, here's the current sat view we have currently going on. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? This is the sandwich mode. You can actually see how obviously we had a bit of thunderstorm activity across, like Kentucky earlier. It faded out obviously by morning, by sunrise. And of course we did have the remains of this thunderstorm activity track its way, just moving its way through the portions of western Ohio now actually. Still is kicking off maybe a little bit of thunderstorm activity out there towards like western Ohio, in which let's actually move our radar out there. Let's go ahead and hop y'all back over here to this here. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at go ahead and take a look. Oh, wrong screen again. I have to get used to these scenes. I just now reset. So like I said, things look a lot different here. They look similar in some aspects, but they're kind of different as well. But yeah. So whenever it comes to, obviously whenever it comes to areas out there towards Ohio, I mean, obviously Ohio does have a slight risk. There you go. There's that line of storms that's actually starting to pop off. Now, this is not severe currently. There's no warnings out right now. That speaks for the whole United States at the moment. Like I said, this is just once again, this is not live coverage. This is not a live coverage stream. This is just for, obviously letting you guys know what we could be in store for today. We will be live, though, later on. We'll be live again later on for the coverage. Probably estimating at this point, considering the models, probably will be live between 6 and 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So I will be live around that time, which 6 to 8 Eastern would be 5 to 7 Central, or 4 to 6 Mountain Daylight Time. So obviously, like I said, I'm going to try to be there for you guys in order to, or I will be there for you guys in order to cover the severe weather out there. So definitely need to, definitely do need to be looking out for this here overall. So like I said, once again, today's going to be a pretty big threat from what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and hop you guys over here to the models, actually. Let's actually take a look and see what's going on with these. This is kind of more of a breakdown type of live stream here, too. Like I said, I do want to dive into some of these atmospheric models and kind of see what's going on here, because this is what I decided to do this morning here. Honestly, it was kind of a last minute thing. I was not planning on going live this morning, but then I was like, yeah, I probably should, considering that there is a pretty big risk out there for severe thunderstorms for today overall. But once again, we track way down in time here, and you can see later on this evening. This is showing right around 8 o'clock, actually. It seems like, yeah, the storm initiation has actually been delayed even further. Really starting to kick off. 0Z, or 0 Zulu, is, let's see here, 8 o'clock Eastern. This would be 7 o'clock local, 7 o'clock p.m. local time. And you can actually see here how we have a bunch of these kind of discrete, semi-discrete cells popping off here throughout, like, Wisconsin, portions of Iowa, Illinois, and kind of a little bit of a, weird kind of cluster there of thunderstorms popping off. Then eventually this is just going to turn into a embedded mess. A bunch of clustered thunderstorms, and it looks like it'll get really pretty nasty. This is showing at 06Z. This is literally like 2 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Central. Still kicking strong out there, possibly towards like northern Indiana, in which that is something that we have got to seriously take into consideration here. Pretty nasty stuff from what it looks like. I mean, continuing for hours and hours. I mean, like I said, it's starting late, and it's going to continue late as well. Like I said, it's going to be kicking off here maybe around 8 o'clock or so Eastern, 7 Central. I mean, it should last possibly even until the sunrise, if not a little before. Could be possible, regarding whenever the storms start to end here. So it's looking like it's going to be a pretty lengthy event here. In terms of like the mixed layer cape, basically the thunderstorm juice, essentially for this event, there is a decent amount actually. If you look at this, we have area pockets here of over 3,000. That is way more than enough instability, way more than enough thunderstorm juice that you need for thunderstorms to kick off here. And in terms of that, I mean, like I said, you typically only need anywhere from 1 to 2,000 to kick off some some nasty thunderstorms. We have over 3,000 in some areas here today, so that's going to be pretty efficient regarding activity here. And another key component whenever it comes to thunderstorms and possibly even rotating thunderstorms is that lower level wind component. Out of some of the storms that could be popping off across like Indiana, portions of Illinois, we have a slight lower level jet stream, about 20 knots, which could support maybe a few tornadoes, and I think that's why the last minute Storm Prediction Center actually put out a 2% chance right for that area. We were literally just talking about there. I mean, right for that area. I mean, you can see how the 2% chance goes all the way from like northern Iowa throughout Illinois, and if we take a look back over at the the models here, you can see how it goes throughout Illinois, Indiana. Being somewhat supportive of a few spin-up tornadoes. I'm not expecting any long track, extremely violent tornadoes. I'm not expecting any of that, but whenever it comes to other activity, otherwise, in terms of like, some, brief spin-ups could be possible. So we'll definitely keep an eye out there for that. Here's the upper level winds, but they're not moving too fast. Mostly moving fast above the storm. But anyways, that's enough of that. Just wanted to hop on the models real quickly, just to kind of discuss some things. So there is a growing tornado concern. It's not expected to be anything too crazy though. I'm not too worried about it. And once again, like I said, the highest probability, or the areas that would have the greatest probability of seeing tornadic activity, would include northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, central northern Iowa, extreme southern Minnesota. And also like southeastern South Dakota and a small sliver of northeast Nebraska could possibly be in that risk out there for today. But once again, today's main concern is damaging winds. Some cases could be exceeding 60 to 70 miles per hour. And like I said, we have a whopping enhanced risk here, a whopping 30% chance probability here. A 30% chance probability here, all the way from basically northeast Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, going all the way through and shooting to Chicago, where we do have ourselves that level 3 on that spectrum. So we'll need to be looking out for that. Let's see. Do I think that there will be a tornado for Madison, Wisconsin? Like I said, the odds are very low. I mean, Madison's obviously down here. The 2% tornado threat does barely include you, but are you going to see a tornado today? Probably, most likely not. I mean, like I said, even if you are in that risk there, like I said, even if you are in that risk there, it's a 2% chance within a 25-mile radius. So, for example, here, I'm going to go ahead and show you something. So, if I was to, create a radius of 25 miles, okay? So, that is like this. That's about 25-mile radius. So, basically how this works is that there is only a really low 2% chance that a tornado could somewhere drop in this area. You know, like I said, somewhere, and you can see how thin the line is. You know, this is not obviously the scale, but if this was representing a tornado track, you can see how it's a very thin line, even in that 25-mile radius, essentially. So the odds are not in your favor for anybody. They're not in your favor. But like I said, out of all those areas combined, somewhere, there's a small chance that maybe a brief tornado could occur. But honestly, that's kind of my least concerns right now. My main concerns is, you know, the damaging winds and the large hail. I mean, like I said, really out west here on the western side of the area here that we're looking at for is really showing. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and switch you over to this screen here so you guys can see it a little better. But yeah, mostly for these areas here, I'm gonna go ahead and actually show you guys. But mostly there towards like you know, southeastern South Dakota. So kind of for like these regions in here. Southeastern South Dakota, northeastern Nebraska, including also like areas of northwestern Iowa. So basically for those regions I just circled, that's where the big hail threat is, you know, for 2-inch plus hailers. Really, really big hailstones being possible. And I can actually bring up the significant threat here. Look at this. Significant hail. There you go. That's the area that we could be seeing those really large hailstones, including like Sioux Falls, Sioux City, Iowa as well. Let's see here. O'Neill, Nebraska. This is mostly north of like Omaha and Lincoln. Obviously, Lincoln's well down here, but yeah, it's mostly for the extreme northeastern side of Nebraska. But you know, overall, that's the area where big hail is possible. And like I said, whenever it comes to damaging winds, I mean, we have a whopping 30% chance, stretching all the way from Sioux Falls all the way to Chicago, Illinois. So we need to be looking out for that. Let's see here. Scott says, good morning, friends. Enjoying cheese with crackers and dry salami. Very good. Topped with garlic. Sounds pretty good. Well, glad to have you here, Scott. Hope you're doing good, man. Connor says, yeah, I think they'll upgrade it. I am honestly a little shocked that they did not upgrade the wind threat on this. I figured that there would be like a 30 sig, significant wind threat. I mean, considering that, you know, some of the soundings I've been pulling out here earlier, before I was on the stream, it really kind of shows to be a pretty nasty wind day. I think probably last minute, because like I said, storms are not expected to fire until like 6 to 8 o'clock Eastern time, 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And so obviously the next update comes out, I believe, at 2 p.m. I believe it comes out at 2 p.m. So between obviously 2 p.m. and 6 to 8, that's a big gap. So they could, you know, obviously, you know, upgrade it. We'll see. We'll just see how that goes. Obviously, next stream will be, we'll know next stream. That's for sure. Let's see here. Thanks, I heard about the winds, but I'm hearing different things about a tornado or not. Yeah, like I said, they just now added a really itty-bitty threat there. Really itty-bitty threat there. Let's see here. Ricky says, good morning and hi. I did not know today was an enhanced. Yeah, no, they pulled that last night. They pulled the enhanced risk last night. It was a slight risk, actually, that level 2, but they have moved it to a level 3 now. So yes, they did increase it to a enhanced risk. So obviously, you know, the greatest probability of seeing severe weather would include southeastern, you know, South Dakota, northeast Nebraska, mostly cutting through the majority of, you know, central and northern Iowa. Let's see here. Obviously, you know, for like northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin too. But that is that. 1630Z is the next update, I believe. Really? I think you're right, actually. It is currently 1549. Andy, I think you're right, man. Let's see here. I can actually look and see. Let me double check with y'all. All right, we're going to actually bring y'all over to the full screen here. Here's the big, long text. The big old long text that the Storm Prediction Center says. Let's see. All the way at the bottom it shows, yeah, day 1 outlook is scheduled by 1630Z. It is 1547. So at 12:30 p.m., we'll get a new update. I might be here for that. We might be here for that, guys. What do y'all think? Should we stay here until then? That'll probably be my cutoff point whenever the new outlook gets out. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Well, there you go. There you have it. So yeah, we'll get a new update at the end of this, or by the end of the live stream here. So that is something that we need to. We'll keep y'all posted on. Let's see here. So he says, bye guys. All right, see you later. Hope you have a good day. Let's see here, and see you later tonight maybe. All right, sounds good. Let's see. Chicago is the 3rd popular city in the USA, so a lot of people in risk. Let's see. According to the Storm Prediction Center, there's a total population of 13.69 million people inside this orange risk, which, like I said, gives you a 30% chance. Let's say gives you a 30% chance for severe weather. In terms of damaging winds, mostly. Yeah, obviously the damaging winds is the most likely concern today. Not following far behind is hail, actually. Let's see here. Buffalo says, hi, what's up, Buffalo? Hope you're doing good. Let's see. Scott says, individual storm winds, or is this going to be one time storm front coming through, derecho event? So I'm actually going to bring y'all back over to the models, so I can actually show you. It's kind of an odd type of setup regarding its mode. It's not expected to really be a line, kind of. Some models hint towards it. Let's see here. I'm actually going to bring this up for y'all. But it's really, really odd. Here we go. We're going to switch y'all over here to this view here. Let's see. We're going to have to zoom in. Zoom out a bit. Wait, hold on a minute. This is not it. Maybe. Whoops. What am I doing here? Where did I go? Hold on. All right, I'm going to have to move you guys back. Oh, wrong screen. I'm going to have to move y'all over here for a second. Let's see if I can actually get this to work here. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I was on the wrong page. That's what happened. All right, here we go. We're going to move back here. All right, we're going to pull up the animator, the models, and we're going to take a look at the model. We're going to go to HRRR, wherever you're at, somewhere. There you are. United States view, U.S. Corn Belt, and we're going to look at the simulated radar. Here we go. All right, so once again, time is up in the top right, if you guys want to follow along. This is in Eastern time, remember. So if you guys live across these areas, so subtract an hour, okay? All right, so here we go. So we track our way down in time. Obviously, we're moving through. At this point, we're already at like 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and still nothing's happening. Then we work. Okay, you can see things start to possibly happen, maybe around 7 Eastern. I'm probably going to go live at probably around 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know, between 6 and 8 is my goal to go live. But in terms of the activity, so it's going to, like I said, it's going to start out kind of semi-discreet. We're going to have some, itty-bitty cells here and there probably popping off throughout, southern Minnesota, throughout Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, the quad state area here. Probably going to be seeing, a bit of, kind of discrete. What I mean by discrete is like individual, kind of well spread out from one another. Type of thunderstorms, which those are usually the most damaging ones, in which, we got to look out for those ones. And then, of course, as we track way down in time, we get a lot more thunderstorms popping off. It's not a line, as you can see. It's kind of a big cluster of just thunderstorms. And then, like I said, later on, it could turn into a line. It could. So it looks like it's going to be going from discrete, kind of individual, to cluster mode, and maybe into a linear QLCS. Possibly. So it looks like it's going to be hopping between all the modes here from what it looks like. Yeah, it really does show a pretty nasty kind of line kicking off throughout, South Bend, Indiana area, and up into southwestern Michigan here. It looks to be pretty nasty. It does. Like I said, once again, wind damage, that's the big concern here. So we got to be looking out for those winds in excess of 60 to 70 miles an hour. So that's going to be a big problem. Let's see here. Wow, 2 streams, says Ricky. Yeah, so I'm going to be live. Like I said, we're just hopping here this morning to get you guys in the storm mode to prepare for later. You guys got time to prepare, okay? Make sure you prepare for it. And like I said, whenever it comes to activity, if you know that you're across this big enhanced risk area, not just the enhanced risk, but the other, the dark green, the marginal, and the yellow, the slight risk here. I mean, whenever it comes to it, y'all, Here you go. Here's the risk. Like I said, there's a threat for wind damage, especially across the yellow and especially the orange. The orange has a 30% chance probability within 25 miles of experiencing wind damage, 60 to 70 miles an hour. And like I said, so what you can do, once again, if you live across northeast Nebraska, southeast South Dakota, central northern Iowa, southern portions of Minnesota, southern Wisconsin, and northern Illinois, if you have anything that's loose outside, such as lawn furniture, things that can be blown around easily, bring them indoors today. Bring them indoors until tonight, whenever the storms roll by, or tomorrow morning, essentially, because it looks like these storms are going to be happening well into tomorrow morning. Actually, they do not look like they're going to die out here early. So, gonna need to watch this one closely. That is for sure. Let's see here. When does the Storm Prediction Center Outlook update in Eastern Time? This will be at 12:30 Eastern, so in about 34 minutes. Yep. Let's see here. Purple says, I'm in the yellow. We'll stay safe out there. Like I said, yeah, we're going to be live here for you guys, to make sure that you guys are obviously, preparing for this event here. As you can see right now, we do have a little bit of thunderstorm activity actually kicking off throughout Ohio, believe it or not. Starting to kick off there. Kind of into a line. I wonder what this is supposed to do. Did the HRRR even pick up on this here? That's our next objective. What's going on in Ohio right now? We're going to zoom into Ohio real quickly. And we're going to see what the heck is going on out here. Okay, so there's Ohio. Obviously, you can see there on the, here, I'm going to bring y'all back over here. On my radar view, see the one that's zooming in and out right here? This guy right here. You can see on the radar, it's a little hard to make out because there's a lot of wind reports here. But you see this big line that's forming here, so that's what we're looking at right now. So timing, obviously, right now is almost 12 o'clock. Wow, that's interesting. So according to the model here, the HRRR, it shows that dying out later. But what's crazier is that it shows it in eastern Indiana, not in western Ohio. I mean, it's almost in central Ohio here. I find that really strange. That is actually really odd. I mean, look at this thing. Here's a bigger view of that line that's kicking through right now. Yeah, the HRRR does not pick up very well on that. Interesting. Let's see. Purple says, thank you for all your work. No problem. So we're here for y'all. My daughter has an outdoor show in Rochester, Michigan today. What do I think? Let's see here. Rochester, if I can find this area. Here, let me look it up real quickly for you. How do you spell that? Rochester, I think. Yeah, Rochester, maybe. Is it Rochester Hills, maybe? Okay, well, there's Rochester right there. Okay, so you said it was your daughter, right? So your daughter is in the slight risk, which is that level 2, kind of that middle threat for today. And in terms of, breakdowns and stuff like that, there is a 15% chance for damaging winds and a 5% chance for hail. So main concern, obviously, is the threat for maybe some damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour in, most cases. And maybe a few rare cases of up to 70 plus could occur. Let's see here. Storms like that are going to suck for interstate travel. Absolutely. Old Trucker here. Those are types of storms to park at the truck stop, let it pass, get an early start to the morning. That is true. Yep. Like I said, these storms are going to be happening over early morning hours too. They're expected to kick off here from like 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern today, in terms of, afternoon, evening hours, or in this case, mostly evening, early evening to middle evening, essentially. And expected to travel possibly even right there slightly before, if not right around sunrise. So they're going to be happening for a while. Yeah. This is not just a today and gone by tonight, just a couple hour threat. This is possibly like a 12-hour threat here we're talking about. So I wouldn't, somewhere around that. So we got to watch out for this here. Is it rare for a tornado to happen outside of a tornado risk area? Generally, it's not too common because, obviously forecasters are pretty good at predicting tornadoes, but it does happen. It does. Yeah, that it can. Let's see here. They have a storm for Ohio around 6. Yeah, that's when the storms are expected to pop off here. Is actually around 6 to 8, like I said. Let's see. Hold on a minute, y'all. we just got a new update from the NATO cast. So if you don't know what the NATO cast is, it's a fancy weather model that basically predicts what tornado probability we could have. It's basically similar to the Storm Prediction Center in terms of their tornado route outlook, but this is a model that predicts it. Let's see here. So we're gonna hop over to that latest outlook here for y'all. Oh, that's not it. That's the Storm Prediction Center. Here we go. All right, so here's the latest NATO cast according to the NATO cast. So we're looking at a 3% chance. Obviously, the Storm Prediction Center only has a 2 to 5%. This dark green here, this is a 2% chance for tornadoes. Yeah, so they kind of keep that. They kind of keep that in the 2% zone. Across, obviously Iowa, southeastern Minnesota, southern Wisconsin, and also northern Illinois. But according to the NATO cast here, it shows that highest potential, the chances of seeing tornadoes would be most likely across southwestern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, and northeastern Iowa. So that's kind of what the model has to talk about here regarding probability here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Like I said, we'll be live for those regions, obviously, to make sure that y'all are prepared for them. Because if there's a tornado warning, obviously you're gonna want to have to take action there. And like I said, we'll let you know if there's a warning out there your way and everything like that. Caleb says might upgrade to a 5% next update. It's not off the table, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. This just brings my nerves up great. Like I said, we're not trying to stretch y'all out. I'm just trying to make sure you guys understand that there's a threat. That way you guys can prepare for it. But like I said, we'll walk you guys through it. Like I said, we'll walk you guys through this. If there's a warning that gets issued, like I said, we'll walk you through it, tell you what you need to do in order to get out of it okay. But yeah, like I said, what's going on down here in, even Kentucky towards Lexington. Like I said, this is not even being picked up on the models, really. Once again, the HRRR has that dying out over eastern Indiana, and according to the model, has it over Indiana right now, but it's over here in Ohio, and it's producing quite a bit of lightning. That's interesting. There's a special weather statement in that line. I would not be surprised. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of lightning on. I think lightning's mostly the main concern of this guy right now. Let's see here. I have a flood watch, says Mary. Well, stay safe out there. Let's see. I wonder what the flooding concerns is for today. That's actually a good question. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. So on top of the big severe weather event today, across the same regions, we actually have a pretty decent flood threat today. Here is the Weather Prediction Center's flood threat here regarding today's outlook. So obviously the greatest chances for flooding, every 25 miles giving you at least a 15% chance, will include like northern Ohio, northwestern Pennsylvania, central northern Indiana, northern Illinois, northeastern Iowa, central southern Wisconsin, and central and southern Michigan could be in that risk area. So got to watch out for flooding. Typically with these thunderstorms is that, if they're kind of slow moving storms, which I think the storms are supposed to be moving okay, not really too slow today. But with some storms that can be moving slow, obviously they produce more rain over a single area for a longer period of time, which can obviously rise those low-lying areas, pull them up with water. Do I use high-res velocity? Yes, I do. Yep, I do. But anyways. So, look at that. Got a warning on it now. South of Columbus. What's going on here? 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, penny-size hail. Oh, man. This was not expected. This was generally not expected here, according to the models. Let me look here. I got to see what's going on the meso-analysis real quickly. So, if you don't know what the meso-analysis is, basically just like current weather condition analysis, essentially. I'll bring you guys over here as well. Here you go. Here's the meso-analysis. So, what's going on here? So, apparently, we got decent amounts of instability, 1,500 to 2,000 MLK, which if that's thunderstorm fuel. Once again, it has to be basically over 1,000 to be pretty nasty. So, we definitely do got a lot of instability there. It seems to be capped out, but it's breaking it somehow. Let's see here. I don't see much of a tornado threat on it. That's good news, obviously, because the lower-level winds are not really in supportive of it. That's really odd. That is really odd. Huh. Okay, well, that is I mean, the environment supports it. I mean, the environment has enough instability to. It's just I'm surprised it broke the cap. It's pretty interesting. Let's see here. Southern Arizona saw a first tornado warning of 2023 monsoon Wednesday evening. Wow, Scott. Didn't hear about all that. I know it's been really hot out there in Arizona, though. In terms of activity, let's see. By the way, guys, new Outlook comes out in 25 minutes. So we'll probably call it in stream whenever the Outlook comes out. You know, once again, this was not expected to be any coverage or anything like that. Just to, you know, prepare you guys. This is more of a forecast, you know, stream here. But yeah, let's see. That is interesting. But yeah, no, that does come out in 25 minutes here. All right, I'm gonna blow up the temperatures. See how hot it's supposed to get today. That's a big problem. Holy cow! Wow. Okay, it's supposed to get really, really hot today. Look at this. Here's the max expected temperatures according to the forecast here, the official forecast. Look at that. Those are crazy, crazy, crazy temperatures. Look down south. Towards Arizona, yeah. Arizona, Southern California, like the highest I see is like 116 degrees. That's not heat. That's not heat index. That's not nothing. That's straight up ambient temperatures. And I mean, even across like the Central Plains, even. I mean, all of these areas here are expected to be upper 90s, 200s, not 200s, but 100s. Even across the Ohio Valley. God, dude, the whole entire country basically today is going to be breaking 90s. That is way hotter than normal. Man, so definitely got to prepare for that. That's for sure. It's going to be getting, at nighttime, even upper 70s across like the Ohio Valley, a lot of the areas here. That's going to be really, really warm. So make sure that you guys are preparing for it. And, might want to crank that AC today, that's for sure. That's 100% for sure. What's that thing that has a lot of lines that are curved and stuff? You should look for tornadoes. What? There's a lot of lines and curved stuff I look at. I'm not exactly sure which one you're talking about. Was it the mesoanalysis back we were just looking at? Yeah, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. All right, let's see here. Mary wants me to take a look at 44691. All right, let's see here. 44691 for Wooster. Got a slight risk, level 2. You know what? You're actually probably gonna. I don't know if that storm line is gonna be working its way out, or if it's gonna be making its way towards you, or if it's gonna live until then. It honestly kind of looks like it might be fading a bit according to the radar. See, it's kind of turning more from a dark kind of red to orange. Could be signs of it weakening a bit. Okay, so that's good. But I don't know. It could reach you. It could not. Honestly, like I said, the models didn't even pick this up. So it's like, what the heck is going on here? But yeah. Oh, wow. There's actually a severe thunderstorm warning down in Florida, too, now. Let's see. We're going to hop over to that real quickly. Yeah, we got one for, what is this, Miami? Let's see, we're going to pause that there. This is actually our southwest of Miami currently. Let's see, towards Homestead, Leisure City. Let's see, South Miami Heights, Country Walk, those regions. Let's see, what's this for, actually? Oh, just 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts? Okay. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that's just typical Florida stuff. Florida gets this kind of stuff all the time, so it's like, that's not out of the ordinary for Florida. So you feel like temperatures 110 yesterday in Central Illinois, East Central Illinois. Wow. Man, yeah, no, I think it got in the 90s for me too yesterday. I mean, it's supposed to be a repeat of what it was yesterday. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be absolutely smoldering for a lot of people out there. Let's see. JZOR 646. Let me look real quickly. 646. Whoops. Okay, yeah, no, you have the enhanced risk. Like I said, your main concern is damaging winds, followed by hail and a very itty-bitty threat for tornadoes. 2% chance for tornadoes, but just got to look out for the damaging winds later on. According to the timing out there, let's see here. Yeah, once again, we're going to hop back over to the models real quickly. According to timing, back over towards the U.S. Corn Belt, it shows that activity, like I said, it really shows that activity happening really late, essentially. According to the model here, has it kind of popping off maybe towards... Wow, kind of around like 11 p.m. maybe. Once again, take that with a grain of salt. Don't trust that to be anything precise, because once again, these models they're not perfect. They are far from perfect. Here we're gonna speed that up a bit so you guys can kind of see it. Fires off a bunch of discrete cells clustered, and then maybe turns into a line. So it's kind of like all hazards, which is interesting. Holy cow! Everyone's blowing it up. Can you check this area? Can you check this area? Okay, I'll try to do as many as I can, but just know I'm only one guy. I can only do so much here. Robin wants to look here, 44601 for Alliance, Ohio. Okay, you got a level 2, slight risk here, main concerns, damaging winds. All right, let's see here. Next up, let's see, tornado warning in Ohio. Oh my gosh, you're right. There is a tornado warning in Ohio. What the heck is going on out there? And yet alone did I think that the environment was not possible for tornadoes. Dude, this is like, this is so messed up right now. Oh, wrong screen. Whoops. So this is towards Midway, Range, Bethel, and let's see, Kenilworth. Tornado warning for Ohio. This is for Fayette and Madison County. Here we go. Yeah, let's go and bring y'all over to the screen here. That is really interesting. Velocity. Oh yeah, I see it. That little area right there, that's an area of rotation. That's tracking towards... Let's see, I'm going to turn that off. Turn the tracking off here so it doesn't mess with anything. Yeah, no, that's tracking towards Midway, actually. Midway, Ohio. So if you know anybody in Midway, Ohio, give them a heads up here. I guess it's just a preview for what's possible later on, y'all. It's crazy. Let's see. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, penny-size hail. So penny-size hail is nothing too bad to worry about, but that itty-bitty little area of rotation. Let's see, correlation coefficient. Yeah, don't see nothing on here. So that's good. So the debris tracker's not picking up anything. Correlation coefficient, just a little area of rotation, so it's just radar indicated right now. So we'll let's keep it on it. I'll keep it on. Oh wow, that latest frame looks like it's gotten a little stronger. Nothing on CC anymore, or nothing yet. All right, I'm gonna keep this up right here, but I'm gonna change my screen back over to the other view here, so you guys can still see that tornado warning up in the top right. That little area there. There we go. There's the rotation. Let's see. Purple, thank you for the $2 super chat. Very sweet of you. Saying 61878, please, and thank you. Okay, I can do that real quickly for you. Thank you so much for that. Very sweet of you. 61878. For Illinois, this is slight risk area. So you're in that level 2 out of 5. Like I said, obviously, that's the middle threat for today. I think you have that. Let's see. I think main concerns is damaging winds out here. Pretty sure. Towards Bloomington. Wait, did I say Indiana? Sorry, Illinois. Whoops. Yeah, main concerns just for damaging winds, 15% chance for that, and hail 5% chance. So, timing wise, according to these models, it's going to be happening probably pretty late. I mean, as late as like, maybe around midnight or so. So, what's up, Brian? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Decatur, Texas. There's nothing going on in Texas right now. I can tell you that. There's been no threat for Texas for a while. I mean, Texas has been like dry as a bone. Yeah, there's been like nothing in Texas for a long time. Like I don't even remember the last time we covered Texas. I mean, it's been weeks, if not months. But anyways, yeah, we got a pop-up random tornado warning out of this line we were not expecting. If you guys are just now joining us, Like I said, if you guys are just now joining us here, we literally have a tornado warning from a line that was not supposed to be here. You know, I just did this live stream here this morning to do a forecast, but this is kind of turned into like a micro coverage, I'll call it. That is really interesting. Really, really interesting here. It even has a little bit of a hook too, kind of an embedded hook here. It's kind of hard to make out, but there it is right there. Velocity still there, a little bit of rotation popping off. Last 2 scans, really? Last 3, 4 scans? 5 scans, maybe? And nothing on correlation coefficient. So there's no debris signatures yet, which is good, but rotation's there. Once again, this is for Midway. For Midway, Ohio. So if you know anybody in Midway, it's getting right next to you. Let's see, those models always seem to get Ohio wrong. I've noticed that. It's odd. I mean, look at this. Here's the, I'm going to go and hop you guys back over to the models real quickly. So you can see here, I mean, obviously it picks up on a few showers towards Indiana, but it shows nothing happening in, nothing, I mean, literally nothing happening in Ohio. You see that? Current time is like 12:30 almost. I mean, it shows like nothing. I mean, it shows maybe a little shower or two, but I mean, nothing compared to this whole line that we're seeing popping off here. I mean, like I said, the models, oh, wrong screen. The models definitely did not pick up on this whole line kicking off. This thing even goes into Kentucky too, central Kentucky, like towards Lexington. Has it going up there as well, which is interesting. Maybe they're getting Texas wrong too. No, we have a big ridging in the a big ridge out southwest. I made a whole video on it like a week or two ago. The Death Ridge that we have out there. Basically just a big locked in place high pressure system that's just feeding a lot of warm air and a lot of dry conditions for the south. That's why there's been no severe weather out there. So no, it does not apply to Texas like it does here in Ohio. Let's see. Caleb says Andrew needs a raise by YouTube. I mean, I'm not personally in it for the money. I just enjoy tracking storms and hanging out with y'all. And just making sure you guys are prepared for it. That's obviously the main point of this channel here. But what you guys could do if you wanted to help out is share this live stream. That's the most important thing you can do, as well as subscribe. That is like the most important things you guys can do to help us out. Storms popping off in Wisconsin now. Oh yeah, we got a few. Oh wow, look at that little few itty bitty storms popping up there. Up there in Wisconsin, y'all see that? On my second to top screen. So got that little broad rotation there towards Midway, Ohio. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, the tornado warning out of a line that was not supposed to be here. It's like, dude, it's so odd. I'm glad I went live. I really am. Like, it's crazy. Let's see. Is that debris signature on correlation coefficient? I didn't see one last scan. No, this is just contamination. This is nothing. Weather on Go says complete sunshine and no clouds in northern Illinois right now. Let's see. Temperatures at my house is 90 degrees. Feel like 101. Dew points in the upper 70s. Wow. So yeah, weather on Go upper 70s, as you probably know, is Goldilocks zone for storms. I mean, storms love those rich dew points. Typically over 60. Yeah, over 60 will get the job done very well. Some upper 50s can do the job too. I mean, especially there towards like Colorado, they can handle the 50 dew points. Unlike the places further east. Do I think Toronto could get severe weather today? I don't have a risk. I cannot look in Toronto. There's no way I can look out that way. I think I've mentioned that to you before, that there's no way we can look out in Toronto because the Storm Prediction Center only works for the United States. Let's see. At least tomorrow will be a TSTM for Chicago. Yeah, totally. But you can't just don't mention today's big enhanced risk that we have. Yeah, you guys in Chicago, heads up to y'all. You gotta keep an eye on it for today. Especially with those damaging winds later on. That's once again the main concern today is those damaging winds. Let's see here. We'll do 14. 14 Zulu. Here's one of the latest. Yeah, look at that. Here's one of the latest ones here. Latest model runs from HRRR, which if I show ya, yeah. So like I said, it kind of starts off semi-discreet. A few pop-up cells here and there you can see right there, and then boom, turns into a cluster, and then maybe eventually into a line. So, it's we'll see. We'll see what happens. Raise your hand if I've been in severe weather this summer. I have. See, 10 more minutes till the next update. That is true. Wow, that flew by quick, y'all. Yeah, like I said, we're probably gonna head off here in about like 15, 20 minutes or so. Because typically, like I said, they issue this new update in 9 minutes, but it sometimes take a little bit for it to pop up. Let's see. Do I think the SPC will add hatched air for the damaging winds? So you mean like a significant damaging wind threat? I previously was thinking they would. I thought that they would previously, but they haven't yet. I think it's possible we could get an upgrade to that. See, the model may be overheating. I don't think so. I tell you what, though, we're gonna hop you guys back over to the models, though. That is what we should look at. Some of these photographs and stuff. I've seen somebody say photographs are mean. Let's look at those actually. Supercell composite. This is just a good thunderstorm mixer ingredients here. I'm not gonna grab anything cherry picked. Dude, I'm losing my mind, y'all. Cherry picked. Which basically means, going, oh, that's the worst. I'm going to grab that area right there now. Let's just grab one for, like, around 8 p.m. or so. Let's grab one for northern Iowa. I'm not expecting you guys to be a weather professional and know how to read these things, but I'll explain it to you, or I'll just show you what the main concerns are. Wow. Okay, we do have a turning hodograph. So anytime you have, like, a little hook on that hodograph, that could represent some rotation that possibly could occur. Loads and loads of cape. Storm tops, so the ceiling, we call it, is how high the thunderstorms could go today. Out there towards northern Iowa will probably be around 13 kilometers, which you can do the math to feet if you would like to know. 70-degree dew points, perfect. Like I said, Goldilocks zone for those storms. Instability, D-cape, 1,300. That is why I really think significant winds is going to be a concern. I mean, we have ourselves a big, fat, precipitable water, which basically means that, I'm not going to explain it like I said, but we have, D-cape, which is that downdraft energy. That's that downwards force from the thunderstorms, and it's really high, which I would have figured it's a no-brainer why they would issue that. Let's grab one for, like, northern Illinois, I guess. Let's go and see what's going on out here. But no, it's just odd that they didn't put a 30 sig. We'll see if that pops up here in a couple minutes. Like I said, they're getting ready to drop the new album, the new update. Look at that hodograph. So big turny, big arch. That's good. Usually shows that lower level rotation. See how the wind direction changes from different levels of the atmosphere. So think of this as a sideways look. So think of this as the ground, and think of this as way up in the sky, right? So as you go up in the atmosphere, so think of this as you get on a balloon, it starts to rise, it goes up in the atmosphere pretty high. So there's 15 kilometers down to 0 kilometers. But you can see the wind direction goes northwest, and then it changes to go east, right there. So is that new outlook? Oh boy, here we go. They issued a new outlook. It's still enhanced. Let's see, this is 1224. Okay. That's it right there. What am I doing? I can just pull it up on my Twitter on my computer here. I'm losing it, y'all. Let's see. All right, we're going to hop over to the Storm Prediction Center. There we go, new risk. So Oh, you know what they did? They got rid of it for some areas. Wow. So they got rid of it for southeastern South Dakota. They got rid of it also for northeastern Nebraska. They pulled it away from northwestern Iowa. They kept southern Wisconsin in it, and they extended it into northwestern Indiana and southwestern Michigan. No way. So they scooted it over, essentially, from what it looks like. So, once again, like I said, the previous Outlook had it here. I'll go ahead and draw kind of what the previous Outlook had. I still have the old Outlook right next to me before it updates. But the previous Outlook was like this. Let's see here. Oh, not that far south. Whoops. My bad. The previous Outlook didn't go that far either. 3 times the charm. Let's get this. So kind of right in here somewhat, and it ended right there. There you go. That's where the previous Outlook was. And like I said, it looks like they scooted it over. So they got rid of it for no longer in effect for, South Dakota, no longer in effect for Nebraska, no longer in effect for northwestern Iowa. But they moved it now into northern Indiana and southwestern Michigan. So there you go. There you go. There you go. So that's new, y'all. New Outlook just came through. All right, let's see if this is 30 sig now. Let's see if they updated it. Nope. What? Still not 30 sig. Holy cow. Whoa, Proxy. 10 memberships. Holy cow. What's up, Proxy? Saying hi, Andrew and everyone. Glad to be here, or great to be here. Glad to have you, Proxy. Like I said, Proxy, this is not a coverage stream. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I went live this morning. I've actually been live for, almost an hour now. I just went live just to kind of give you guys a little insight on things today. But I'm going to be going live again 6 to 8 p.m. because that's when storms fire off. Kind of around 7, 8 o'clock according to models. But I'll probably be here anywhere from 6 to 8. So, but thank you, Proxy. Very sweet. And I don't know if you've noticed, Proxy, but earlier today, I changed up my scenes a bit. Looks a little different, huh? I think it looks pretty cool. And also, Proxy, you are in the risk for severe weather today. You got a 0% chance for tornadoes, which is good. 15% chance for damaging winds, and a less than 5% chance for hail. So only damaging winds is a concern. 15% chance within 25 miles. So yeah. Let's see here. Julio says, I love your channel. Oh, thank you, Julio. Very sweet of you. Let's see here. Currently getting strong, not severe storms in the Northeast Ohio. Like I said, it's really weird. So I'm going to bring you guys back over to the radar. So essentially what was going on here earlier is that we were not expecting this line to pop off here. But it's there. We got a line that's popping off here. It's weird. Models didn't pick up on it. I mean, once again, I'll go ahead and show you guys. The models did not say anything about this. I mean, it's crazy. So obviously, the line's kind of right in here right now. And you can see how everything just dies out. Nothing really happens. But like I said, in terms of the current view of what's going on right now, it's like, wrong screen. But in terms of the current view, what's going on right now, it's like we got this whole line kicking off all the way down into central Kentucky even, which is crazy. Crazy. Let's go and do a little update on this guy, though. Let's go and see what's going on here. Velocity. It looks like most of the rotation has died out a bit. They did issue a new severe thunderstorm warning ahead of it. For 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Let's see. Coffee with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Saying if you can share some rain with Tennessee, that would be great. I hear ya. No, I could use the rain myself, honestly. I think a lot of us could. It actually brings us to the drought monitor. Let's go and see what's going on in the drought. Whoa! Yep, still really bad across the Midwest, actually. My family, or where I grew up, was in Northern Virginia. My dad still lives in Northern Virginia. And he's been saying it's really dry out there. It's not too bad here. I mean, we could always use the rain here for our little garden we have outside, but you can see a big dense area here of just nasty drought activity across the entire Midwest, upper Midwest, western Ohio Valley, central plains, even the southern. You can see Texas there, that lack of moisture we were just talking about here a little bit ago, causing a big problem with the droughts. That's a lot of people. A lot of people here in the country is in serious drought issues. I mean, even the Northwest, too, got a pretty decent drought. So a lot of the country's a lot drier than it should be right now. And then you got Canada, or Alaska, sorry, which Alaska is just like, nah, it's not too bad. But anyways, is Indianapolis going to be bad? I think you guys have you guys got a slight risk, which your threat is going to happen really early tomorrow morning. But yeah, that new severe as a tornado possible. They probably did that because of they wanted to discontinue that. Yep, they just discontinued that tornado warning there. They did that probably to discontinue the tornado warning. But just to say that it's still possible that another one could, say, for God knows, just redevelop another one. Let's see here. What time is the next update on correlation coefficient? There's nothing on correlation coefficient. Yeah, there's nothing on there. A little clutter, but that's about it. Let's see here. But yeah. But that is that. All right. Well, guys, yeah, we got a new update on that there. I think we're good to go until later on this evening, y'all. Like I said, once again, we're going to go live around 6 to 8. If you're not already, guys, do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Please hit that subscribe button. And most importantly, share this with your friends and family, guys. Like I said, the more that you guys can help share this, the more people we could reach out to and the more potential lives we could save. So seriously, guys, please consider sharing this. Obviously, please hit that like button and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for being here. See, it's blurry on my screen. Can you read it out? What? Read what out? Read what out? Let's see. Caleb says I'm gonna head out. I'll be waiting for the next stream tonight and eat lunch. Have a good day. Like I said, we're heading out here anyways. So just thank you for joining. And like I said, if there's anything we can do for you guys, let me know. Also, join our Discord. We have that in the description as well. And all that fun stuff. But all right. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, we'll be live once again 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, which will be 5 to 7 Central Time. So we'll be live for you guys whenever things decide they're gonna turn nasty. So we'll be live for it, y'all. But like I said, guys, once again, for today's big threat, a little recap. Basically central and northern portions here of Iowa, basically central and northern portions of Iowa, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, like I said, obviously portions here of northwestern Indiana and southwestern Michigan. We got ourselves a pretty big threat, 30% chance for wind damage out there. So we got to look for a lot of damaging winds, potentially 60 to 70 miles per hour being possible. So make sure you guys are out there. But once again, like I said, on the way out, you guys hit that subscribe button, leave a like, share this. It'd be greatly appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Please be safe out there. And like I said, we'll walk you guys through this here later on today. So make sure you guys turn on post notifications. That way you guys can know when we are going live. Once again, anywhere between 6 and 8 p.m. Eastern or 5 and 7 p.m. Central. All right, you guys. Well, the stream's going to head off here in approximately 2 minutes. So if you guys have anything you want to go ahead and say in chat as a final goodbye, go ahead and do so now. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here for now. We'll be back on later on between 6 and 8. So, like I said, y'all take care and stay safe out there, most importantly. Once again, big shout out goes to our supporters for today. Thank you so much to Proxy for the memberships. Very, very sweet of you, Proxy. Thank you so much, as always. Big shout out goes to Coffee as well as Purple. For our donations this morning. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, it's not about the money, but like I said, any support really does help a lot. Like I said, it really does help out us a lot. We also have our merchandise. That's another way to support us. We have a Venmo now at NWW1162. So if you guys want to help us out in any way possible, that is how you do so. All right, guys, y'all take care. Once again, we love y'all. Please be safe out there, and we'll catch you guys later on, y'all. So see you guys. Peace out. We'll see you guys later on. All right, see y'all.